This is Celer Network that we were looking at last night on the daily. Look at this lovely rally that this one has had. And big picture in Celer Network. Remember I drew two, let's get it in scale on the page. Okay. And we'll put regular candles on. Okay, I drew two fib levels, one from this high and one from this high. And I said, I don't know which one we're going to react to, but it might be that we stop at this 236 fib, especially because there's some support and resistance here as well. If we don't, obviously, then we keep going and we get to the daily 50 moving average and we go a little bit higher. So if we put those fibs back on, that would mean 26,500 if we can push through 23,200. But one of the reasons that I think that 23,200 might be resistance is we'll go down to our 4-hour chart. Okay, you know how I project targets from pullback corrections, and my favorite is usually this first swing. So I look to see how the first swing is working, and if it's working, then you can kind of add some weight to it. And if we do that, you can see we pulled back at the 1.618 all the way to the 1. We pulled back at the 2.618 almost all the way to the 1.618. I'm going to take this channel away because we're popping out of it. The 3.618, we had a bit of a stall. Let's look at it on the hourly. You can see that we did better this here. Look, 1.618, 2.618, 3.618. So here we are at the next fib level, the 4.236. Now, if we keep going, then happy days. What's the next one after this? It's the 6.85. Oh, I've got it all wrong. 6.854 anyway. Don't think I put it in. Here we go. But 4.236 anyway should stop us. So for it temporarily anyway, before we carry on higher, or expect a little bit of a pullback anyway. So if we're watching this on a 15-minute, we'd be watching to see if we're no sign of a reversal yet. I'm just saying you can see what happened at previous fib levels. If we push through and we carry on and we get above it, happy days. We will look for this again. 26,500, 236 fib next. Should carry on. Another one that we've been looking at is Matic. So Matic, we had targets in Matic. In this one, so we had the big rally. This is the daily chart. We've reached the 2.618. I'm going to say, let's put this on the left and take a look. Okay, so we had a big rally and then an ABC pullback in Matic. And I put my fib retrace from this high to this low. That's how you project upside levels. So let's go down to 4-hour and we'll see how this looks. Okay, and we'll zoom out. Okay, so you're looking to see how did it react at the other levels. Was it support or resistance? So you know if you can rely on it. So these previous highs, obviously we did. 1.618, perfect pullback to the 1272. Now we're at the 2.618. That's just one of those levels where you will expect it to stall, come back a little bit, maybe find some support before it carries on. As you know, the major one that I look for after a 2.618 is the 4.236. So that's at 34.76. So if we get above here, we'll be looking for 34.76. And in between that level where we might see little pullbacks, 3.14 and 3.618, which is not really a fib number, but everybody uses it, draws it. So 26.55 and 3,000. So at a level where we may see a bit of a Monday pullback in Matic, let the moving averages catch up before we carry on higher. But above 22.64, we should continue to 34.76. Okay. Now in this one, don't need this bright thing, do we? Now in this one, I remember I've been doing the fibs from this low to the high. One of the reasons was I thought that they were working, but sometimes once you get beyond and you make a new high, I'm wondering whether I should be doing it from here. You never know. Here's the problem. Let's put regular candles on. Okay, when you have this kind of opening spike, You never know if all of the exchanges have that and if they're going to be seeing that as the level or a level. But, you know, when you look at the reaction that we got here, I think everybody does know that this actually was a level. So maybe we should be doing it like this. So in Matic Bitcoin, like Matic Dollar, we've still got 5 waves up. And whenever you've got 5 waves up, you should be expecting a 3-wave correction like this. But we haven't quite tagged our fib level. I'm going to do Matic here. There we go. much more hot chart history here. Now we can see if we got any reaction. Remember, sometimes these levels are not just support, they're resistance. Okay, so tidy this up a bit, and then we want 6.854. Well, if we use this, we've got much further to go. So, you know, based on the dollar chart, we would expect a pullback, but this is not a high, not a top, if you know what I mean, based on Matic Bitcoin. So, put my Heikin-Ashi back on. Hasn't even stalled actually in this one, has it? Another way you can use to project is the most recent big correction. So, let's take them off and tidy up. We'll hide these moving averages and we'll do this like this. So we'll say from this swing high to low, and there you can see it's not ideal with these other fibs, but it is a 4.23, and then we'll do this one. Are we at resistance here? No, not really. And this one. Yeah, this is the most recent one, isn't it? So yeah, the dollar chart in Matic says that we're at resistance. The Bitcoin chart is less compelling, I have to agree, less compelling. I'm just going to do... 1 second, here we go. Yeah, much more room to go. So, you know, with these fib levels, okay, and here's a good example, this previous high and then this 1.618 level. They're not always resistance. Sometimes they're support. If you go beyond them, they should be support. So like Bitcoin, when it flew through the big 236 fib level, didn't stop at it, but when it came back, it became support. And we can see this here in Matic Bitcoin. So I would say because Matic Bitcoin held this 2.618 level, here we had a bit of a stall at this 4.236. You can see it better on an hourly. We did actually stop here. So I would say that this fib level now is going to be support. We shouldn't go back below it. So if you're long Matic Bitcoin, I know it's a long way back, and we roll over and go red, I would be looking for 23,600 to be support after a 3-wave correction. So that's how I would do that one against Matic Bitcoin.